Today we're going to take you to the Gold Rush Museum and Skagway Park Services Visitor Center, formerly known as the White Pass and Yukon Railroad Depot. This massive, colorful structure built in 1898 was a dominant part of Skagway life until 1969. This museum is going to take you back to 1896 when over 100,000 hopeful miners sprinted towards Alaska and the Yukon with their eyes on riches. It all started when Jim Skookum and his family found gold near the Klondike River in Canada's Yukon Territory. Their discovery sparked one of the most frantic gold rushes in history. Nearby miners immediately flocked to the Klondike to stake the rest of the good claims. Almost a year later, news ignited the outside world, so a wave of gold seekers brought supplies and boarded ships in Seattle and other West Coast port cities. They headed north thinking they'd all strike it rich. Stampeders faced several routes to the Klondike. They could take an all-water route sailing around Alaska and up in the Yukon River. Other stampeders decided they were going to just walk the whole way. Some of those folks arriving 2 years later after everyone else. Some stampeders tried crossing the glaciers near Yucatan and Valdez, and that is a sea of icy towers. So many of those people got lost or they went snowblind. Most stampeders opted for the cheapest, most direct routes, the White Pass and Chillicothe Trails. A stampeder taking his poor man's route sailed up the Inside Passage. They disembarked, then they hiked over the Coast Range Mountains to reach the head of the Yukon River. On a homemade boat, stampeders traveled over 500 miles by river to reach the gold fields. Stampeders faced their greatest hardships on Chillicothe Trail out of Dia and the White Pass Trail out of Skagway. There were murders, suicides, there were disease and malnutrition, there were deaths from hypothermia, there were avalanches, and so much more. The Chillicothe Trail was the toughest on men because pack animals could not be used easily on the steep slopes leading to the pass. The animals were so overloaded and being forced over the rocky terrain, they would drop. More than 3,000 animals died on this trail. Many of their bones still lie at the bottom on Dead Horse Gulch. Stampeders had to carry everything on their back until late 1898 when they finally built tramways. During the first year of the rush, an estimated 20,000 to 30,000 gold seekers spent an average of 3 months going back and forth. By midsummer of 1898, the miners started making their way home. The next year, they found gold in Nome, Alaska. The Great Klondike Gold Rush ended as suddenly as it had begun. Now we're about to see our Gold Rush fate. Yeah, go ahead. See that, I guess. You found some gold but lost money overall.
It's, yeah.
This one was telling me to go home, I know. Oh, I died. You made it to Dawson City, found employment, but did not mind. I'd like to thank you very much for watching this video on the Klondike Gold Rush. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos. We'll see you the next time.